Scorpios, happy full moon and happy lunar eclipse. Let's get into your reading. All right, Scorpios, talking to you wherever Scorpio is in your birth charts. All right, I've already cleared the space. There is greatness inside of me. That's right. That's right. That's the intention that you are setting. You're putting that good energy out into the universe. Let's get an angel number. Let's get an angel number and let's see what's in your cards. 724 travel. Experience brings growth. So there is an adventure awaiting you and it's in your highest good to pursue it. In new contexts and environments, your angels will bestow wisdom upon you. Where do you want to go? Plan a trip or adventure, no matter how small, and know that it's never a waste of time to see and experience new things. Even if you can't go on the trip now, make a vision board of future experience in full living color so that you can be reminded of your goal every day. So you are closing out a cycle with someone, and you're telling them, you're initiating the conversation, but you're closing out a cycle with someone that you may have had an emotional tie with. You may have seen either y'all shared a womb together or they were like family with you during this full blood moon. But you're being very, very meticulous that you want to detach from some kind of drama that they may have caused. So they don't have to be blood family. They could be, but they could be like family for you. But let's get into it. You could either have kids with them. They could have shared the same womb with you. But you are detaching. You're cutting tight because again, there's greatness inside of you. You know, you're moving on from something. So let's get into your reading. Like I said, here we have 7 of Wands. So you're closing out a cycle, you're praying and meditating. It looks like somebody has, you're very familiar with meditative practices, very familiar with that. So you're no longer just praying, you're also praying and meditating. You will also, there we go, light High Priestess energy. Yeah, you will also roll by the Tower card. So you are, this feels like for somebody, it feels like it's completion for you, you know, praying and meditation. So somebody's kind of getting back to more meditative practices, something that you probably used to do, you know, before something may have happened behind your back that just kind of sort of got you to like, you know, like not trusting people anymore. Something may have happened to you behind your back where you just like stop trusting people, like stop trusting your own intuition. You know how sometimes, you know, when you're younger, you may feel like, okay, something told me not to do such and such, and you did it anyway, and then you just stop trusting your intuition. So you stop believing something unless you saw it. And so Source is saying you now going back to trusting your intuition again. You're going back to trusting your intuition again. You just learn to slow down. Let me sit down with myself and, you know, pay attention. And that's always going to be a win. So it's putting you in, it's going to put you back in the saddle again. You and someone back in the saddle again, where you're just freeing yourself. You're freeing yourself from people being shady with you, you know, of thinking you're lying when you're talking about your intuition, or, you know, as far as your intuition is concerned. There's an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius that, like I said before, that that was being shady towards somebody, but you're learning how to see things from a higher frequency. You're really, really learning how to see something from a higher frequency now. Yeah, of how something could make somebody feel like they were left out, and how people target people who feel like they're worthless, and how things can make people feel like they're left out, and how people could feel worthless as a result of it, and how that can happen generationally. So somebody's kind of going back down memory lane with something. That's what you have in common with people. It's like, okay, now something is like, somebody is reminded of how, you know, people can easily target people with just money, can entice people with just money. You know, if they feel worthless, they just want to be a part of something. They just want to be a part of family. They just easily entice somebody with money and just, you know, get away with doing stuff behind people behind their backs. So somebody is starting to remind somebody of something. You're sitting on your throne, carefully vetting your thought, just kind of going back down memory lane yourself of something that you have in common with somebody. So you could have better, somebody's at a crossroad right now. Somebody's at a crossroad right now of maybe if being felt like either judging your mother or being judged as a mother or a mother figure, of just kind of sort of rising above any judgment whatsoever and moving forward. Here we have the Two of Wands here. And it's a window of opportunity lies ahead, but you are definitely not talking to somebody anymore. And you're moving on. You're definitely moving on from something. Definitely moving on from something. I feel like you and somebody are back in the saddle again. I feel like you're going to be taking a flight somewhere. You're going to be taking a flight somewhere. Yeah. Breaking ties with a karmic cycle. And learning how to just now start pouring back into yourself. Really learning how to pour back into you. Pouring back into your gifts. And learning how to enforce boundaries. Learning how to close out and enforce boundaries. When people think that people are lying about their spiritual gifts. All right. Yep. Somebody's reconnecting with something. But something was so confusing for somebody. Something was so confusing. But somebody had to really sit with self and really kind of sort of start going into prayer warrior mode and just start remembering some stuff from your own past. 3 energies did something behind your back. 3 energies did behind something behind somebody else's back, behind closed doors. And somebody said they were lying about something, but source is saying to you, you had to go back through your memory in which you had in common when you moved on from something. This is what you had in common with somebody. It's like history repeats itself. History repeats itself. Yeah. Of how people try to make people seem like they crazy. Oh, okay. This person needs to be restricted. They crazy. They move on from us. Something's wrong with them. You know, something wrong with them. Something wrong with their son. Something wrong with, you know, we need to look at this. We need to shine a light on something. That something ain't right. Yeah, right. Yeah. Basically trying to say that 2 people need to be left out of something having to do with money while paying other people. Yeah, so anyway, craziness, clear craziness. So anyway, so it's saying your money is about to start growing. Money is about to start growing. So you can start dreaming bigger. Yeah, reversed. Disruptive energy. Yeah. There's an energy, there's disruptive energy, chaotic, excess, extreme, lack of balance here, looking at the cards here. Could be a fire sign that can't see things from a higher frequency. Hasn't resolved their temper. Somebody hasn't resolved their temper issues. And for them, it's all about money. Somebody hasn't resolved their temper issues, and for them, it's all about money. So, anyway, so 4 of Wands. So, anyway, so some kind of homecoming is happening for somebody. 4 of Cups, somebody who was depressed. Between somebody who was depressed and somebody who people said had a smart mouth. Yeah, reversed. Yep, So something is reversed. Release, new hope, escape, liberation. Somebody's going to feel liberated, you know, from saying somebody was crazy. They need to be restrained. They need to be, you know, whatever. Anyway, that's what I have for you. So, yeah. The confusion is over. The confusion is over. All right. That is what I have for you. That is what I have for you. It seemed like looking at this as we're getting closer and closer. So hopefully after this, after the solar eclipse, the narrative of the readings hopefully will change, because it seems like we've been in a particular energy for quite some time. Hopefully it changes. I'm trying to help lead people into the light. To help lead people into the light. Here we have duality. So let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. You can become fluent at doing both. You can become fluent at doing both. Duality, non-duality. So yeah, so after we're in eclipse season right now. If you're watching this video on the 14th, again, happy full moon and happy lunar eclipse. And so this is where you kind of sort of have a, you know, looking at things through like the eye of a hawk, being very meticulous and your spiritual gifts. Somebody is highly spiritual and gifted. Somebody knows when people are in danger. Some people know when people feel, you know, scared or when they feel nervous. And somebody has a temper. I mean, somebody has a temper and put people in danger. And somebody is like really learning. It's like, okay, something is going on behind closed doors, and somebody is starting to figure some things out. Somebody is starting to figure some things out. This is almost like if somebody told you that a loved one was in an abusive relationship, and that loved one is basically saying, "Oh no, that person is lying. We had a great relationship. That's not true. That's not true." Okay, why is somebody gonna make up something like that? Why, you know, like, come on now. Or somebody's being bullied or something like that. Like they need help. Like what the heck is wrong with people? Here we have relief. So you're being covered on all sides. People with that, you know, but sometimes it's bigger than that, because there's such a big group of energies behind this bullying. Some people are just, they're scared to tell. Like, yeah, so prayer is definitely needed. Prayer and meditation is needed. So people can think, put their thinking caps on and start thinking, okay, you know, let's get prayer groups together and help people to get out of, you know, these situations where they are, a lot of people are familiar with this kind of stuff. Here we have 29. So yeah, alchemical force. These alchemists could come together and start helping people to heal and get away from these toxic energies through prayer and meditation and helping people, instead of everybody thinking people lying about stuff. That's the problem. That is the big problem. Authenticity attracts. Starlight, exactly as you are. Rejuvenate yourself. The beginning is happening here. Miracles in the dark. You're forging a new path. That is what I have for you again. Happy full moon. Happy lunar eclipse. There's an energy that, like I said, you're closing out cycles with two energies. They will be asking, well, one in particular that you definitely saw as like, a relative, whether it's blood relative or not, whether you shared a womb with them, have kids with them, or whatever the case may be, because of their bullying energy. They were lying about something. Sources saying to you, you are closing out a cycle for good. It's an end. It's a firm no. It's a hard pass. I'm done with you for life. You know, you're not trying to get caught up in their karmic cycle. It's a wrap. That's what I have for you, so that you can now make room for blessings to come in. For just like I said, you're forging a brand new path. And you're ready for some good news to come in. So I do see a lot of travel in your path. I do see, for some of you all, new love coming across your path. I do see a breakthrough happening for you. But whatever it is you've been praying for, Source is saying, get ready to receive that. but you're not trying to absorb people's karmic energy anymore. All right, bye.